I put my letters on so that I can hold myself to a standard to try and not curse, because a lot of you have said in my comments that you want to share my messages, but the language is too much for you. So here goes. This one goes out to all the people out there who are trying to discourage folks from voting, especially since Mike Johnson just became Speaker of our House. Mike Johnson is now the person who controls what bills can go to the floor and be voted on or not. Mike Johnson was also a spokesperson for a literal hate group. Now, which hate group? I'm glad you asked. It's the ADF, the Alliance Defense Fund. Well, Alliance Defending Freedom now, but it used to be called the Alliance Defense Fund. And you know what the Alliance Defense Fund used to do? Legally defend people who discriminated against the LGBTQIA community. You know what else Mike Johnson supports? Criminalizing being LGBTQIA for existing, not even for breaking any laws. He wants to make it illegal here like it is in other countries to be part of that community. He also supported sterilizing trans people. Oh, but the oppression doesn't stop there. You know what else Mike Johnson is a big proponent of? Covenant marriage. And if you're not a native of Louisiana like I am, you might not know what the hell that is, but you need to Google it. Like now. And if you don't feel like Googling, just trust me, it is very hard to get a divorce when you're in a covenant marriage. Now, with Mike Johnson wanting to sterilize trans people and wanting to criminalize being a part of the LGBTQIA community and being a proponent of covenant marriage, this next one should not shock you. Mike Johnson wants to make abortion illegal all across the nation. Oh, and Mike Johnson also wants to cut Medicare and Social Security. Mike Johnson is one of those sneaky, conniving, evil sons of biscuit eaters who couch all of their oppressive tactics in laws that say freedom, like Religious Freedom Act, which is really just oppressing the LGBTQIA community. And now that he is literally the person who controls what bills go to the floor to be voted on to become law in this country, now do you see why you need to have your ass at the voting booth? Here's the breakdown. If the Republicans keep the House, regain the Senate, and regain the presidency, there will be nothing you can do to stop this stuff from becoming law in our country. You will have to file lawsuits that have to move through all these courts and these judges who the conservative president will probably assign conservative judges to. And then if it makes it to the Supreme Court, guess who controls that too? 6-3. The conservatives. Do you see what's happening in our country? Do you see why you cannot stay home? This is what you have to understand about the way laws in this country affect your life. If we do not stand in the way of the people who want to write laws and make it illegal for you to live your life how you want to live your life, then we have oppressed ourselves. Voting for someone is not you saying you like everything they stand for. Voting for someone is a strategic choice for you to get what you need from the people who write the laws that rule your life in this country. I don't care if y'all like Joe Biden. I don't care if y'all like Kamala Harris, because liking them is not the point. The point is we have to be strategic in who we put in the seats of power in this country to protect our freedoms. And if you keep discouraging people from voting, you're just like the white women who continue to vote for the Republican Party that oppresses them, but they think they're doing a good thing because pro-life. If you don't want to vote for the Biden administration because you think that they are the only ones who've been supporting a genocide that we have actually been supporting for the last 75 years, then you have become a one-issue voter who's working against yourself, especially if you are a woman, if you are a minority, if you are in the LGBTQIA community, or if you are a senior. What y'all really need to understand is that there is no alternative to help the Palestinian people. There is no alternative. There is no alternative. So if you stay home, they're still going to get blown to smithereens. If you vote, maybe the public pressure you can put on them while they're in office will actually be successful. And you have to put progressive people in the House and in the Senate to also pressure these things to happen. You see how it works? No? Okay. Here's what I'll say and I'm done. I don't care if y'all vote for the president, but you need to go and vote for your state senators, your state representatives, and your federal senators and your federal representatives. If you don't want to vote for Joe Biden because you think that that is going to quell some kind of moral obligation you have to your life, then baby, that's fine. Don't vote for his ass. But just know that this is a three-tiered legal system we have in this country. It is Congress, it is the president, and it is the Supreme Court. And right now, the Republicans control half of Congress and control the Supreme Court. So the only thing you have to stop them is the presidency right now. None of us like this, y'all. But being an adult means you have to look at the choices in front of you and make hard decisions, and then continue to work and continue to move forward in order to achieve progress, in order to undo the wrongs that have been done. And you cannot do that without participating. So I'll say it once, like I say every video, vote, ho!